Are we that alike? Let's get into Girl. So confusing.
All right, let's unravel the enigma that is Girl So Confusing. Charli XCX dives into the perplexing world of unexpected connections in this track as she reflects on her not quite there relationship with Lauder. Despite the industry's assumption that they would hit it off, the reality was quite different, leaving Charli to navigate the confusing landscape of personal and professional relationships. Join me as we unpack this intriguing song, exploring the complexities of human interactions and the expectations that can sometimes cloud our judgments.
Yeah, this one is quite an interesting one because Charlie's opening up about this friendship, I guess in quotation marks, between her and Lord, right? And the industry, the internet, like saying like, oh, you all would be so perfect together, and then when they actually met, like, the sparks weren't necessarily flying. And I think it's so interesting to hear Charli kind of navigate this song, kind of navigating the awkward kind of experience it was to kind of bring these two pop girls together.
Indeed, Arturo, it's a really fascinating situation. Charli XCX is essentially grappling with external expectations placed on her friendship with Lauder and how that didn't align with reality. It's an experience that many of us can relate to, feeling like we should connect with someone based on superficial factors or outside opinions, only to find that the chemistry just isn't there. And it's really intriguing to hear Charli work through those feelings and explore that dissonance in this song.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's quite right about like the superficial societal expectations versus kind of the reality. And I think Charli kind of sums it up quite well in terms of like that coming to Jesus about that moment where she says, you're all about writing poems, but I'm about throwing parties. Think you should come to my party and put your hands up, which is so interesting because you think about Lord, and she is a very kind of like woo-woo kind of girl. She's like, it's just a very distinct personality to Charli's. It's very like
that contrast is precisely what makes this song
kid.
so compelling, Arturo. Charli XCX's lyrics succinctly capture the fundamental differences between her and Lauder, the clash between Lord's more introspective, poetic nature and Charli's exuberant, party-loving spirit. It's a testament to Charli's self-awareness and honesty that she's able to acknowledge and express these differences in the song, even if it means coming to terms with the fact that she and Lordy didn't click, as everyone expected them to.
Yeah, that was way better articulated than I said, Pi. But yeah, I think it's, at the end of the day, this is kind of a fun one because even like when this album did come out, like Lord came out and said like, oh, I love this album, great work, Charli, which just goes to show that like, they were both self-aware about what was going on in the partnership, and it's kind of nice for it to just be out in the wild without having to overthink it. Sometimes, partnerships, friendships, like collaborations just aren't really quite meant to be. And I think this is a nice kind of moment to reflect on that and like have the industry be okay with like these like intended to be like pop collaborations that would break the internet.
Precisely, really Arturo. Right. This song is a refreshingly candid take on the fact that not every connection is meant to be, and that's okay. The level of self-awareness and mutual respect that both Charli XCX and Lordy displayed throughout this whole situation is commendable, and it really sets an example for the industry as a whole. It's a testament to the maturity and professionalism of these artists that they can appreciate each other's work, even if they don't necessarily mesh on a personal level.
Exactly. So I think on that note, Pi, let's go ahead and let our listeners take a listen to this themselves, and hopefully they find something that they can relate to in the song as well about unrequited friendships or relationships. Do you want to close this out?
Absolutely, Arturo. As we wrap up our exploration of Girl So Confusing, I hope our listeners take away a sense of understanding and acceptance when it comes to the complexities of human connections. Not every relationship, whether friendship or collaboration, will align perfectly. And that's a natural part of life. So let's give this song a spin and maybe find some solace or relatability in Charli XCX's honest and candid approach to this unique situation.
Sounds great. So until then, keep your thoughts deep and your minds open, and let's get into the song.
It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl.